It is still Saturday, June the 11th. I came down in the lower level down here. We have an open basement and it's cooler down here than upstairs where it's bright and hot. I decided, since I got lots of time on my hands and I'm not really know what else to do, is that I would show the used books I bought this week at thrift stores. The first one I found at a thrift store was The Last of the Mohicans by James Fillmore Cooper. I already have Fillmore Cooper's The Pathfinder. This is in the leather stocking tales, which I read several years ago, which I thoroughly enjoyed. So I don't have the Deer Slayer in the leather stocking tales. I lost it somewhere in my library. I looked for it last couple of days, can't find it. But I do have the Pathfinder, and I have the Prairie by James Fillmore Cooper, and I have the Pioneers by James Fillmore Cooper. But I don't have the Deer Slayer. Well, I do have it, but I can't find it. There's another one in this series that I have, but I can't find. I don't know. I can't find it. Anyway, I really highly recommend James Fillmore Cooper. He was an American writer in the 19th century. I found at a thrift store Faithless Tales of Transgression by Joyce Carol Oates. I already had this, but I think mine is a paperback. This is a hardback. I found this cultural study written in 1968 called The Seekers by Jess Stern. Tells the shocking truth about drugs, marijuana, and the now generation. It's one of those really kind of crazy things here. Who are the seekers, the drug apostles, the false prophets of marijuana, LSD, and speed? Who tell you to expand your consciousness and blow your mind? They sacrifice sanity in search of the perfect high while heightening their chances of early extinction. No parent or teenager can ignore Bureau of Narcotics and Dangerous Drugs. Startling report filled with bombshell truths on drugs and those who dare to use them. I kind of thought that was kind of crazy. And I found another copy of the Fillmore Cooper, The Last of the Mohicans. I found The Man in the Iron Mask by Alexander Dumas. I read this 38 years ago. When I read this, I read The Three Musketeers, The Man in the Iron Mask at the same time. That was like a long time ago. But I found a copy of that. Found this book, The Great and Shining Road, the epic story of the Transcontinental Railroad by John Holt Williams. I really like books on the railroad. I found this novel by Mary Renault, Fire from Heaven. I've been collecting her novels lately. Last couple of years. I have her novel, The Last of the Wine, The King Must Die, and The Mask of Apollo. This is Mary Renault. I found this science fiction by Walter Mosley, Futureland, 9 Stories of the Imminent World. Found a volume of short stories by John Updike, Museums and Women and Other Stories by John Updike. I was amazed. I have like 25 books by John Updike, but I didn't have this one of his short stories. I was really amazed I got that one. I found a novel by Sue Miller, The Distinguished Guest. I'm really surprised I didn't have this one because I almost have all of Sue Miller. I really like Sue Miller. She's a good read. And I found this book, The Kills, which contains 4 novellas. It was long listed for the Man Booker Prize. It's like a crime kind of mystery kind of thing. Found a novel by Joyce Carol Oates, which I didn't have, which amazed me. After the wreck, I picked myself up, spread my wings, and flew away. I really like Joyce Carol Oates. I highly recommend her writings. I found this thing by Langston Hughes and Zora Neale Hurston. This is Mule Bone, a comedy of Negro life. It's a play, but then this play had a big controversy about it for some reason. And so in the volume is the Mule Bone controversy. So I got this for my Zora Neale Hurston collection. And I found this biography on Frida Kahlo, the Mexican painter. Frida, a biography by Hayden Hira. Found that. So those are the things I found at thrift stores last week. Well, this week. Tomorrow starts another week. So that's what I found at thrift stores. And next week there's a huge, giant used book sale at the Friends of the Library book sale here at the local library. I'm supposed to help Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at this used book sale. I help set up, and then I'll just help. I like doing that. I do that every year the last 3 or 4 years. So yeah, so I don't know what I'll find at that used book sale. So that's what I found at thrift stores. Like I said, I've been reading this afternoon The Summer Without Men by Sarah Husevelt. I have her other novel right here. I think I showed this in my other video. The Sorrows of an American by her. And I'm really enjoying this novel. You know, it's kind of interesting. The novels that I seem to enjoy the most are written by women. And I find that kind of interesting. They kind of reach me emotionally, whereas men who write kind of speak to me intellectually, more on a brain way, but women kind of speak to me on an emotional way, which is kind of interesting. So that's it here at the thrift store haul. It is going on 5/52, Saturday, June the 11th, and I'll see you in the near future. Bye.